Listen, let's be honest here, guys. It was a last second FU from Dan Snyder to the team. He gave him the name that nobody wanted. That didn't come up on the top 5 or whatever top 3 from the fan base, and he named him that.
How serious were you about trying to buy the team?
Oh no, I was dead. That serious. No, I listen. I was under not a cease and desist, but like what's it called? An NDA. There you go. I was under an NDA. So after I put out that tweet about the money being ready to go and buy the team. That's not my money. I don't have that much money. Don't we all wish we had like $400 million? But I didn't have that. But there were people who had contacted me, verified funds, did all that, and they wanted to be able to buy into a group that was going to be buying it. So I ended up getting under an NDA with the Josh Harris group, and I work with them in certain capacities, but I'm not an owner of the Commanders, and it's still something that I want to do. I think player empowerment and being able to own teams, after your playing career is something that really should be focused on. So that was not a joke. It's not something that I took lightly. Yeah. I had I was on a lot of calls that I was not ever anticipating being on at 33 years old. Yeah. So it was a really cool experience for me. I'm really happy for Josh Harris that they ended up getting the team and have been honored to work with them. They brought me back in and kind of threw their arms around me, because for a long time I felt more like I was a Baltimore Raven than a Washington Commander. But they've done a really nice job of making everybody feel like it's a home again.
What do you think about that Commander's name? Think they're going to change it? Actually, I don't know. You might.
Listen, you're still under NDA?
No. Listen,
well, you might know some actual stuff.
I don't know. Like that's stuff that we didn't talk about at all. And there's a big conspiracy theory out there. I was talking to PFT from Pardon My Take about how Josh Harris hasn't worn the Commander's name. He's worn the logo, the W logo, and he's worn, burgundy attire, but he hasn't actually wore the Commander's name. So PFT thinks that they're going to change the name.
If you were owner, if it had gone through.
Oh, listen, even if it had gone through, I wouldn't have owned enough of the team to have a say.
Yeah, but what if, what if they let you?
If they're like, Robert, we're putting you in charge of the name.
Yeah,
it's getting changed. Yeah.
I
was team Red Wolves.
Okay.
Because here's the thing with Redskins. Once you change that, I do believe there's no going back. Yeah. The reason for the change makes it to where you just can't go back to that. But a big contingent, or should I say a loud contingent of the fan base, wanted Red Wolves. So I was a Red Wolves guy. I actually think Hogs is the best name because they were the Hogs back in the glory days with that offensive line. There's so much interconnectedness there. I would just call them the Washington Hogs. We're going to hog the ball. We're going to hog Super Bowls.
Hogs,
what I'm saying? I think that's a really great name. Will they do it? I don't know. I really don't know. I know the fans don't like. Come on, who wants to be called the commies? You know what I'm saying? Like
Commanders.
The Commanders.
It is in DC.
They're going to command.
Sound like a government.
We're going to command victories, right? What's the mascot? What's the mascot's name? Major Tutty. Now listen. Now listen. Did you see the reaction?
That's horrible.
Did you see the reaction of everyone in the room?
I did not know that was even there. I didn't know that.
Is this my camera? Major Tutty, I want you to know I have nothing against you.
Sounds like
Did you hear? Did you hear the reaction of everyone in the room?
Oh, I didn't know that was
to
there.
me, that's what's going on right now. People are laughing at the name. They're laughing at the team.
Oh, it is a hog.
Yeah.
Major Tutty is a hog.
Major Tutty is a hog.
Pig. I like Major Tutty.
His name should be Major a hog or whatever.
Imagine
Lieutenant Hog.
A big hog.
I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Dude, Admiral Hog. Something.
Would they give him a big hog, you think?
Warthog, you know what I'm saying? What did you say?
Warthog, so short. Hog just seems so short.
Hog, yeah. Major Tutty, though.
But you can't put nothing else.
Because he's trying to score touchdowns.
Maybe Wild Hogs? Red Hog.
Well, Wild Hogs would be like the movie with Martin Lawrence.
Hey, hogs are... I've hunted some wild hogs.
Are you team hogs?
They're ferocious.
Yeah,
a hog will run you slap dead over.
Yes, they will.
Most animals.
Do you have hogs on marquee?
No, I go down to my... Is he my cousin? I don't even know if he's my cousin. I think he's family, though. Anyway, I go to somebody that's part of my family. We try to get the hogs off his place, and you have to put 2 bullets in them things. Sometimes I shot one, he just...
Kept going?
Bro, it's like I paralyzed his back legs.
So he was dragging himself
off. Yes.
Oh my.
He scurried off just the two front, and then I couldn't find him. It got dark, and then we couldn't find him. And
well, that was pretty dark anyway, so it's kind of fitting.
Yeah, it's pretty dark. But yeah, I mean, Hog is tough. All right. Well,
what do you think of Commanders?
Major Tutty is really bad though. I really don't like that.
I'm sorry.
I do like that he is a hog.
Yeah, I like Major.
I didn't know he
I
was
love
a
the
hog.
fact that
I
he's
like
a
that they
hog.
made him a little fat too.
Yeah.
You know, like
So he looks like a pig?
Yeah.
Like a hog.
His waist is snatched though.
His waist is what?
His waist is actually snatched. Like
He got a great physique, you know, he does.
Bro, look at his waist. He's got
Oh my god!
crazy.
He got one of them.
His waist trainer.
You know what I'm saying? Like they go to the gym and you
Yeah,
be like, oh,
yeah,
this guy
yeah,
can't
he's
play
gonna-
because he's got he's heavy set up top. You know what I mean?
I never really thought Commanders. It never seemed that bad. I did like the Red Wolves though.
Red Wolves was a good one.
As a fan of
Commanders.
Red Wolves.
I feel like a lot of fans are indifferent to Commanders. Football team, like the Washington football team, the joke then was like, hey, who do you play for? The football team. No, seriously, who do you play for? The football team. You know,
I
so
will
like
say,
I get it, but
going for the soccer way and just being.
that's what I'm saying. That's
yeah.
what the fans, once they took away the football team, then they're like, oh, well, I actually like that because it was more like European soccer, where it's a football club. So now it's Washington FC. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That to me, like, there's so many different ways that they could go. I think.
But Commanders was not.
But Commander, like,
I feel like they kind of forced it. They should have waited a little. I feel like because didn't they go through a phase of when they were, or was that just to the?
It
fans?
was Redskins, Washington.
It was Washington football team, and then it went to Commanders.
so
it was. Listen, let's be honest here, guys. It was a last second FU from Dan Snyder to the team. He gave him the name that nobody wanted. That didn't come up on the top 5 or whatever top 3 from the fan base, and he named him that. And here's the other thing: it cost like millions. I'm not talking like you're talking like hundreds of millions of dollars to change a team name. So
It's a lot of legal.
if Josh Harris and them are coming in, it's not just legal paperwork. It's they're
jerseys.
They're having to burn. They're having to bite the bullet on more than just a house, Marlon. more than just a house that you didn't like. You know what I'm saying? So I get it. Like if Commanders continues to be the name, I'll still support the team. I'm going to support them no matter what. I'm a Josh Harris fan, and I believe what they're going to do with Dan Quinn is going to be phenomenal. So, but if you're asking my honest opinion, I'm always going to give you my honest opinion, and I think a lot of fans want the name changed.